Good morning, Guadalupe. How are you?
Real good. And
Good, thanks.
yourself?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, coping with parenting and homeschooling my kids. So if any of them pop into this interview, just ignore them. So thank you so much for coming on the Zoom today so that we could grab your testimonial. You've been such a wonderful client and you've improved so much since we've all been working together. So if you could, for our viewers, could you state, your name and give us a little bit of background about you?
Okay. Well, my name is Guadalupe Hernandez. I am 58 years old, soon to be 59, which I hate. I feel like a young guy, but when I look in the mirror, I see an old guy. But I came across NOHDA really out of by pure chance. I've never heard of NOHDA before. It was my bank that referred me to NOHDA, and I was in the market for looking into a house. And being that I was low income because I started getting disability, my bank referred me, and I took the class, and I heard about the benefits and the assistance that NOHDA does in helping people like myself and others who are, that need help with getting assistance for getting their home. And I've never owned a home in my whole life. And I always believed that if I'd ever get married, then I would get a house. And so knowing that I'm never going to get married, I wanted to get a house. So this was it. So
Guadalupe, could you tell us about the class? So
oh yeah.
you said you took class, so kind of tell us about that or what you thought were some highlights of it.
Okay, well, the neat things about the class was that it taught you about the structure of uh, of how to uh, like the tools of saving up money for your down payment, um, how to look at the structure for getting a mortgage, your insurance, um, everything, all the tools that you need to go into in regards to ownership of your home. Um, it really prepares you in regards to making sure that your payment, what you can afford versus, um, you know, getting stuck with a payment that you can't afford, and having an income that and making sure that you have something as a cushion to fall back on in regards to making sure that being a new homeowner, or if you're not a new homeowner, or being another homeowner, of making sure that you have the money to make sure that you can prepare yourself for the repairs that you have to make sure that you're taking care of your home. But it goes through all these steps individually, and it's really nice. And they have representatives that come in and talk to you firsthand, and that will discuss with you that are, how should I say, that represent each segment of all these things that go with owning a home, like a mortgage lender, an insurance broker, um, someone that inspects your home, before you buy, just all these people that would come in and just do all these things to prepare you for um, buying a home, and making sure that you have the tools needed to ready yourself for getting the home.
Yeah, so, and you work extremely hard. And so, what would you say, like, how would you describe your experience at NOHDA?
Oh my gosh. Um, Again, I am so thankful to everybody over there. And again, I've never bought a home in my whole life. And um, I can be described as like impatient or oh God, just picture your dad that doesn't know very well or doesn't know very much about anything, and bugging your daughter or bugging one of your family members and trying to get help. That would be me. And that, so I am so grateful that you guys have so much wonderful patience with working with me and helping me out. And it's so wonderful that you know that I latched on with you guys, and you guys have helped me through this all the way through. And it was great. It's just a great experience. It's wonderful. And you guys are so, all of you guys are so patient with making sure that we're getting the right help and getting the best, as far as making sure we're doing everything right and making sure of it. I'm so forever grateful.
I think I think so. Teresa, she loves doing the classes and the assessments and work with the clients one-on-one. And, you know, my favorite part is going when you are prepared and ready. I know that, you know, we had a phone conversation and you're like, oh, can you just check for me again? I've been working really hard. And then I pulled it and I was like, oh my gosh, Guadalupe, like your score went up like 80 points. You can go get a pre-approval. And so, you know, my favorite part is like when that moment happens and where I work with the clients is once your score is there, because I think you would agree that then when you have to start like shopping and looking for, or, you know, using your realtor and then trying to navigate through the process, you know, having someone there is helpful. So I know that you and I go back and forth. Teresa always give our business cells out so that you can reach out to us whenever it's needed.
Yes, that accessibility is the thing that I cherish and I enjoy the most. It's like it doesn't matter what time, and you know, like it could be in the afternoon I could text you, or in the evening I can text you, and if I have a question, and I can text you and get it out of my system, and then, you know, the next day you'll text me back and let me know what's going on, or you might text me that evening if it's something easy. But I mean, it's just really quick. It's really quick response, and like I said, there's nothing short of, I appreciate everything that you guys do as far as helping me out. And it's wonderful. And I can almost imagine everybody else that's associated and that's working with NOHDA too. That's, you know, it's wonderful what you guys do.
You're such a joy to work with. You know, for my last question, you led me right into it. So why would you recommend us to maybe other people?
I think if people know, and again, it's just I didn't know that you guys were out there, and I think if more people knew that you were out there, I think more people should know how to prepare themselves to get to understand what's involved in making sure that they have all the right tools in getting a home and getting the correct financing, and making sure that they have all the tools in walking into getting the correct financing, to getting a great rate, to getting everything that they can walk out of, and getting the dream home that they want. And again, you know, it just, people need that information, and people that don't get that information can get taken advantage of. And you know, they can end up not having that information, and end up not having those tools and lose their home because they didn't have the information of not preparing themselves, of knowing how much they could have, and fixing their budget to making sure of knowing what is needed to make sure they can afford in their budget to realize how much their cap is for owning their home, and what they can afford for their payment, and how much they can spend for making a payment for a house, and then affording for their groceries, bills, everything. There's so much that's involved that people really don't understand, that they need to understand by having that class. And it's so informative that I feel that there's so much opportunity for people that don't even know that they can, that don't have the opportunity of knowing that they could have a home, that should be having those classes, that can have a home, that are paying rent right now, that don't have that accessibility, or that don't have the tools of knowing how they can get their own home. And I think that's where NOHDA needs to how should I say, what's that word I want to say, it just needs to be out there, where people know. People need to know of your organization, and it needs to be out there more. And I think the more people know about NOHDA, I think it's going to be a wonderful thing about people. It could be a bigger organization than it is now, and more people can get the help, and more people can be more successful at owning homes.
Well, we would love to be bigger and help more people. I really appreciate that. That's a really big compliment. And so, I want to thank you, Guadalupe, for, especially during this whole pandemic, and the fact that you're calling and doing the interview online. I really appreciate that. Congratulations to you for all of your success. I know that you're going through the contract and looking for a home now. So I'm so excited for you. And we look forward to doing more of these. So
I look forward to helping out in any way possible. So I'm here for you. So